Yes, sir. Ceven Imperial, everybody. Life of the party worldwide. Let's get live, man. Players and pimps, orchestrators, and everywhere they go, everything they do, from promoters to the bottle girls to the hookah girls, you know what it is. Let's get this show started. Episode 2. Now, like I said, this is Life of the Party Worldwide. My name is Khalid Hill, a.k.a. Yuri. You know we got the one, the only. There's no introduction really needed, but I'm going to let him talk his one more time, just real quick so you understand it clear. Go ahead, do your thing, brother.
My name is Ceven Imperial from Fort Worth, Texas. Director, creative of multiple mediums, but you'll see as we talk a little bit more.
So I'm gonna go straight into it.
Yes, sir.
From Fort Worth.
Yes, sir.
You know how it is out there right now.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Just impact from you've been there since a kid. How was it transitioning to this current day right now?
Man, it's fucked up to say it's only gotten worse, to be honest.
1,000.
Yeah, it's only gotten worse, bro. I came up primarily on the Southwest side, which is a terrible area now for the most part. But bro, when we first moved over there, it was white people walking little dogs and shit. Like, it was cool.
Gentrified.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
And within maybe 5 to 6 years' time, everybody from the South Side, from Eastwood and Stop 6, they had all migrated to this side of town and searched for a better life. But see, when I'm young, I'm not understanding that Section 8 is getting implemented in these nice-ass neighborhoods. So you got 4-5 bedroom houses, fucking huge, and people is paying $300-$400 a month for rent for them bitches. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to go back. Can I go back to that?
Hell, bro, but right man, now. It created a foundation that was shaky, to say the best. You know what I'm saying? And it's transitioned that entire community into something that is a humongous detriment, to be honest. So that's why I ain't been back, bro. You won't see me in Fort Worth, to be honest. I just ended up out there recently, and shit, it was the day before a tragedy, you know, so, yeah.
You don't mind me asking, what tragedy was that?
It was running. Yeah. Bro, I hadn't even been to that side in years.
A minute.
Ended up, a popular director from Miami had hit me. They was coming out there to shoot a personal connection that they had. And I'm thinking, when he told me he in town, I'm thinking he in Dallas. Like, that's the last thing on my mind, is going all the way back to Fort Worth. He sends me the location of the shoot last all day. I ended up really talking with bro the night before and just really chopping it down. Wake up. I had to shoot the next day. They're like, man, how was it back there? I was like, bro, I don't ever go back. I'm literally telling them that 20 minutes later, the story came out of the tragedy, you know? So I think it's just a reflection of the time, bro, and it's not a game. That's why.
That's how I felt about
I'm from there, but I don't know. I don't be at home, bro. Fuck that.
I got out for a reason.
I can be honest, bro. Fuck that. It's nothing there. I've quoted myself on this multiple times. It's nothing there but death and failure. Nobody makes it out of Fort Worth. You leave Fort Worth, make something of yourself, and hope to be able to bring something back. But I've been there all my fucking life, and I ain't never seen nobody make it out.
That's how it is, though. And it's sad to say that, more so because, like, it's so accessible now. Guns are very accessible now.
Oh, man.
The influence of everything that's going on, everybody wants to prove something.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, why? What you trying to prove? You ain't got, when you come into this world, you don't have an enemy. You make them it's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my mindset. People ask me, why are you so nice? Why are you so friendly? I'm like that because I want to get home.
Yeah, real tough.
I know the security guard. I didn't know the promoter, the DJ. I ain't trying to be friendly. That's how I am.
Yeah.
As a person.
I hate the negative connotation on being friendly.
Me too, but that's how we grew up.
I'm like, bitch, what do you expect? What the fuck? You want me to be an asshole? Like, 24. Nah. How can I call myself a man of God and I'm walking around here and I'm not friendly to my fellow man? That makes no sense.
I can't.
So,
you see, I got on my chest. I got a cross.
You know what I'm saying?
The good and bad, I believe in God. That's
yes,
what
sir.
This means, right? And you brought the faith into. How is your faith right now, brother?
It's strong, stronger than it's ever been. I think to most it's a bit unorthodox. You know, I don't necessarily subscribe to any particular belief.
Okay. Not religious.
Nah, not at all. I was raised by individuals who educated me thoroughly on all forms of spirituality and dogma and doctrine. So I was able to dive into different things, but create my own perspective and my own path to having a relationship with God, and it served me greatly.
Okay, that makes sense. For me, I'm spiritual.
Yes, sir.
And if I have to go to a teaching, like I have to go to church, I'm going to a Christian or
Yes, sir.
teaching because I like how they teach the life.
For sure.
I'm not necessarily. It's like high school to me. When you go to high school, you got your
I can dig
tables, you got Catholics over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get into that, but you understand what I mean.
Yes, sir.
That's
absolutely.
why I love people.
That was a great analogy. That was good.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We practice
Yes,
practice in the mirror. Now let's get into these questions, bro.
Okay, I'm right.
We know who you are, but they don't know who you are. I just know because I've been studying as a fan, as I got to meet you and got to have conversation with you.
And thank you for that,
brothers
bro.
and sisters are. I didn't know that until I got into the world. I don't drink.
Okay.
I don't smoke. So I just started going to these places that you seeing me at last year. Wow. Just started. I play soccer, did martial arts. I'm a black belt, tall black belt, traveled the world doing that.
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm so low key as I am now.
Okay.
I've had a gun put up on me once in my lifetime. And it was because of a wrong handshake of a girl that I did. It's just a communication. She pulled the gun out on me. He had it on his hip. I'm very, very trained in that. That's all I'm going to say. And then we got home safely.
Yes, sir.
But that's not the point. I said that will never happen again. And that was in college.
Indeed.
I'm 18, 19. Okay, so the question I have for you is, they don't know what you do, so I wanted you to explain that first. But the question after that is, what was the inspiration? What made you come into this world and do what you do now and make it a career?
Okay. What I do, I'm an artist for one. Like that's pretty much it. My entire perspective on life is art. I view things as art. I interact with them as such, whether it's my relationship with people, the way I choose to express myself vocally or through any other medium. And I've just been attached to that way of life from the very beginning. So right now, primarily my medium of art that I interact with is film. And the main role that I play in film is directing and editing. I do most of my DP work, which is camera operation for those who don't necessarily. And I mean, even that is like not really, because on real sets, you'll have a camera op and a DP,
Okay. What is DP?
A DP is a director of photography. Okay. Right.
And the other one is
a camera operator, right? So say if you're on a film set, you'll have a camera operator because that's who's manning the camera, but the DP is over the entire department of capturing this image. So the DP is running the gaffing department, the camera operation. They're working hand in hand with the director and assistant director to really bring these things to life.
Puppet master.
Yeah, in a sense.
Not in a disrespectful way.
No, of course though. You know what I'm saying, for sure.
The strings and make
but right now it's definitely directing and editing. I'm making my way to a certain level of the craft. So right now I have to do a lot of jobs, which will eventually be done by a lot of different people. But yeah, that's me right now. And the question was, how did I arrive here, or what was the inspiration?
What's your inspiration? What made you start?
So I started off being a rapper, right? Yeah, I was a rapper.
Artist.
Nah, it was a rapper at first. And I saw Lil Bow Wow on TV. Bro, this is my story. I swear I've said this shit so many times. I saw Lil Bow Wow's Bounce With Me video when I was 8 years old.
Bounce With Me.
And I remember being like, I can do that. I was so fucking serious too. I was not like, I could do that. And then I spent my life developing a lot of other things, but as far as my art, it was my skill of rap. And then shit, I'm born in 92, so 96. my inspirations for greatness in that generation were heavily geared around Lil Wayne and Kobe. 90s. Like that was my shit. Like Lil Wayne showed everybody in hip hop culture how to be great. And then Kobe took that from sports and then kind of made it a whole, I guess, philanthropy effort, so to speak. So as I progressed into that, once I got into like late teens, I knew I wanted to do all my own music videos. That was always my thing. I honestly think I came up on just cartoons, movies, and music videos. I didn't really watch too many shows, so to speak, but it was like always some type of manga or anime or cartoon. Black movies for the most part, all black culture movies from that time. I'm probably hip. Oh, hell yeah. Nah, for sure. Shit, Boondocks was the first touch we got at black anime. So if you were a anime nerd and a black kid at that time, that was your safe haven. You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah.
Like I play soccer and everything of that nature, and Boondocks is the one we came and watched as a family.
Oh, nah, for sure.
So that's crazy, but keep going.
So when I got to college, bro, my first refund check that I got, I spent it all on camera equipment. I went and got a Canon 60D. If you a videographer of any time before now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I went and got a Canon 60D and a backdrop setup with like black, white, and green, and it had fluorescent light bulbs with the umbrella and the stands.
The standard ones. I know what it is.
I had no idea what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But that was my first real purchase once I just had like it was like probably what, $8,000 or something. So I like,
what kind of refund check you got?
Yeah, it was great. Like I went and got some lenses, my camera, I got everything. And then I started to kind of just shoot stuff on my own. But right after I got that, I don't even remember how this happened, but a guy I went to church with, his name was Lance. And my roommate throughout college, his name was Flex. His name is Flex. And we met because he was about to throw his first party. And I'm telling you this because this was my first time picking up a camera and using it for somebody else. Like, I never really intended to do that. I was just an artist and I wanted to shoot my own music videos.
And you want the equipment for
yourself. You know what I'm saying? But then he was a nice party thrower, event organizer in high school. So it was like his freshman year or so. And I think it might have been a sophomore, but I think it might have been his freshman year. I've smoked and slept since then. Yes, sir. So he, through a mutual connection, asked me to film his party. So I'm like, sure, why not? You know, like
I got the equipment.
Yeah. And it just took on a life of its own. So before, I was only doing it for friends, really, or like connections that I wanted to cultivate. It became my avenue of value to give, right? Like I wasn't necessarily in the corporate space, but I could see ahead of time, like in 13, 14, 15, like, oh, everybody's gonna need this.
Big picture.
So it just kind of happened like that. I started doing events and then somebody might want me to shoot their music video or a commercial or this and that. But also at that time, I'm heavily in the street. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't some form of income for me. I'm doing it because I love it and it's cool and it's new. I'm learning how to edit and shoot and do stuff. So it was just fun. But then I ended up catching multiple cases, going through life like deeply. And
life for sure.
Man, and I had to really make a decision though. Like, all right, I can either stop half-stepping in the streets and go big on big, or I can stop while I'm ahead, you know, and try to find another avenue for doing something. And God told me to go to the camera, so I did. I promise you I didn't want to. Bro, it was nothing in me that really wanted to go be serious with the camera. It was God putting the right people in my life that was like, bro, you should go, just use the camera. Like, I know you want to do music and you great, bro, but if you trying to find something else to do, I'm not finna go get no job. I'm not gonna lie to you like that. Yeah, that's just not me. So I picked up the camera, bro, and by the grace of God, maybe 30 days after I picked up the camera, I was making real money doing it. Like from corporate America. I mean, I wouldn't even say corporate America, but from a more corporate standpoint than where I operate from now.
More constant flow of money.
Yeah. And that was pretty long-winded, but I know y'all to chop it up and do your thing.
Because this is 27 minutes. It's going through. We're talking. We're having a conversation. We're going to have an intermission, of course.
Yes, sir.
But I want you to talk because this is a highlight. Yes, you're going to be on the platform, but this is for you.
Yes, sir.
They don't know your story. I want them to know the story. I know you said you was in the streets. I ain't gonna necessarily go into that right now. Maybe a little later in this episode. But I did have a quick question I want to ask you because you went into this. You touched on it.
Okay.
The bigger picture. You got the camera. You was dead set of just recording myself. I want to be an artist. I'm gonna make it happen. If ain't nobody gonna record me, I'm gonna record myself.
For sure.
Right. And someone opened that door for you, and you could have turned around and said no.
Yeah.
Right. It's about that push. It's about that drive to make you wanna get off the porch.
Yeah,
that's how I like
for sure.
Get off the porch and say, if he say I gotta walk, I'm walking. Because I could have stayed right under this porch and made probably the same amount of money.
For real. I was straight, bro. But yeah, absolutely.
I get it. But it's like you get to a point, as you know, I don't know if you have kids or like, you have any kids.
Nah.
You get to a point where you start thinking about that.
Yeah.
And when that big picture comes into play, and you have to understand that my kids, how do I make sure they good? Because I can get this money, but if I go away, then what happens?
Yeah.
Right there, I miss a part of their life I don't need to be missing.
For sure.
So what kind of avenue? And you know how the culture is. It's hand in hand with videography, rapping, hip hop,
Absolutely.
even entrepreneurship, corporate, fashion. We all the culture. And that's the reason I made this podcast.
Yeah.
Life of the Party Worldwide, because the barbers, the DJs, the videographers, the artists, the people that do hair, the brand, the things that you wear, that's all a part of bringing the party. Because if I'm a walking billboard.
Absolutely.
And that's what I wanted to bring. I didn't see it in the city. I was waiting. I'm like, okay, I ain't see nobody. Not no young.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people doing relationship podcasts.
Man, my God.
But I ain't good at that.
And then everybody on the relationship podcast is single. That shit's crazy to me. I don't understand that shit. For anybody that's doing a relationship podcast and you single, it blows me. It blows me absolutely. I just don't understand at all. Like, it defies all logic.
Yeah, it does. And I get that you're trying to spread your knowledge, but my best advice for a relationship is no advice.
Man, for real. It's about you and that person. Once y'all make it about anything else, I think you just kind of setting the stage for failure, for sure.
You love me and I love you.
That's enough.
You gonna fight for me, I'm gonna fight for you. That's the only conversation we
That's enough, bro. I don't care about nothing
forever.
else. For real.
What? And I respect the relationship. You know I see it. You know I see it. I'm trying to be like y'all. But I just got recently single about a year ago.
Okay.
So I'm literally chilling. I'm on mutual interest. So I'm chilling right now.
Yeah.
And with a camera, as you know, it's very, 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 very obvious that they're there. But I'm at the point now where I'm out the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Out the Way Clothing, of course. My next question for you. What do you shoot with? But also, if I want to get started, not just get like you, because that's a lot of work. How do I start picking up a camera and get off the porch like we talked about earlier?
Wow. I think there are ranges of investment, right? Mm-hmm. Because when it comes to media, period, bro, equipment is ridiculous. Especially if you're trying to get started and you, for sure, save up, you know. But if you're just trying to hop in there, it's tough. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that's what I did. Bro, I will be honest. I got my first Sony and lens. I ended up getting credit cards late at night, bro. I swear to God. I got an Amazon credit card for, I think, the lens. And then for the body, I got an A7 III. And I got a Best Buy credit card for that. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make it work.
Boy.
Which it worked, you know, but I would say, if you just now getting started, go Sony for sure. And this isn't necessarily because I'm biased either way, but I do think that Sony is really equipped to help someone operate at a high level very quickly. Mm-hmm. Like it's not too tough to figure out coloring Sony footage at a high level. It's not tough having to work with the autofocus system and internal stabilization that most Sony cameras have right now. Like it's just really easy. If you want to pick it up and just start and find a couple YouTube tutorials, bro, it's not hard. Like I ain't gonna lie, people be asking me to study me and shadow me, I just look at them like they lazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
YouTube University.
And this is gonna be a hell of a clip. I'm gonna use this shit for Instagram. Like, bro, if you're hitting me asking, can you come around it? Bro, you lazy because YouTube is right there for you. It's nothing that I can show you, bro, that YouTube can't show you. Dead ass. I learned everything from YouTube. And I think in 2025, bro, any type of knowledge or information you want to come into, bro, this is not the dark ages, my nigga. You do not need mentorship. You don't need some master to show. Bro, there's plenty of fucking information right in the palm of your hand, bro. You got the whole world in your hand. If you're not willing to use that, you ain't gonna do shit, I'll tell you. So
it's a fact.
I don't even be having time,
you don't gotta
bro.
sugarcoat it. It's just a fact.
It's
I got
just
a
the
mentor
reality of it.
because so for instance, how I wanted to do things for my mentorship is I wanted to have a mentor regarding spiritual, financial, and what I do.
Fire.
And I did that more so because they made the mistakes already.
Yeah.
They ain't gotta teach me everything, but don't do that.
Indeed.
And why not?
And now me saying that isn't saying that mentorship isn't extremely important, right? But
no slight.
I find that, and this is coming from a shortcut taker, I find that there are in the youth so much of an inclination to take every shortcut possible when longevity is based on what is built, not what's attained, you know?
Correct.
Like life has shown me that you can attain a lot. Like there is no limit to what you can attain, but what you keep is based on what you build, you know? And I think that any older gentleman or lady or anyone that has encountered any type of long-term success at all can attest to that. Like you can attain all day, but the same way you get shit is 9 times out of 10 the same way you lose it, you know? So
same work you put in, it'll be the same work you get out.
For sure.
And you do have your anomalies when you just come off the porch.
Absolutely. There are exceptions to every rule.
Correct.
You know, for sure.
But that's not the masses. And I guess we getting into that age of you have literally ChatGPT AI. You can ask them a prompt and it's gonna give you verbatim how to do it. You just gotta go walk.
Bro, if you want it today, you can have it.
It's a fact.
That's why I don't be really trying to hear too much, bro. Like if you really want it, you can have it. Like it doesn't really take much. You also asked what I shoot with. I shoot with primarily a Sony A7S III.
Okay.
And
shout out.
I called that maybe like a year and a half before I got it, bro. Like most things, if you have vision and talent, it's kind of just up to the level at which you have trained yourself to operate. And for me, it was the quality of footage. That was my barrier of entry. You know, like you can't reach a certain level of clientele nor respect or interactivity from the community if you can't show a certain quality or base of quality, right? So but I will also say that was a half of a misperspective on my part.
Okay.
In my younger camera years, so to speak, I thought I needed just the best camera body I could get to be able to produce the best image. But I didn't know shit about lighting. I didn't know nothing about proper exposure. I didn't know shit about color in my footage. Like I didn't know anything. You know, you just kind of looking at the market from the outside in, hoping to make your way. So that's another thing that I feel like falls into what I mean, bro. Like, if you really care to be or do something, you'll find a way because it's right there for you. I can be honest, I didn't care.
Hey, you too loud.
I didn't give a damn.
Too loud.
Like, I felt like, bro, I'll figure it out. I was doing it for me too. And I think that that's an area that media showed me something as a man. Because when you're a boy, you have a boy-like perspective, right? Like you are enamored with your self perspective and you're confident in your ability to do for you. But as you become a man, which is a part of manhood I fucking hate, and I'm very honest about that. I don't want extra responsibilities, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's not the best.
I got enough just being me. But you realize as you grow into manhood and in a different type of relationship with God, as you mature, that all of your value and your purpose is based on what you can do for others.
Gotcha.
Every human is meant to do nothing but serve. All we do is serve. Like that's, am I tripping? No, I would love to hear your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my perspective is unique only because I've been through like hell.
Okay.
And that's another conversation for another day. For me, it's love. Because I'm talking about actual love, unconditional love for a person.
Okay.
Once you get into that
would you not look at love as an act of service when you give it to your fellow man?
Hand in hand.
That's what I'm saying.
So love is a very vast thing. That's just a word.
Absolutely. Like love is a universal concept. Yes. You know, like I truly am in agreement when I hear the statement, God is love and love is God. Like I think that's absolute, you know?
And once you understand that part, and you fully commit. I'm saying this for the younger generation because
For
you
sure.
get to the point where it's not talked about enough.
Yeah.
Unless you go on TikTok, Instagram, and really follow your faith. I say that more so because you're getting to a point of your age where you got to make a decision.
Absolutely.
And I'm not talking about at 18. I'm talking about at 10.
Yeah.
Because you're getting money at 10 now.
Yeah.
You're making millions at 10, not at 18 or 25 or 30 or 50.
Yeah.
I got my whole little cousins make more money than me. And they 15.
Yeah.
Go streaming Twitch and things of that nature. So when you get to that perspective, all right, what's the most valuable thing in this world? Time. What's another valuable thing in this world? Connections. If I can't make a lot of money, I gotta make a lot of what? Connections.
That's for damn sure.
Right? Because that's gonna get me where I need to go.
Yeah.
I give me a steak, I can give me my ride, and I ain't pay for nothing because of how I treat that person with love. Because they know I do the same thing if I had it.
Yeah.
And that's when you get into that point. Now, we do got about 1 minute left until this thing before we go on a brief intermission.
Okay.
Okay. If there's anything you want to say real quick, talk your shit. I call it the talk your shit session. You got 30 seconds. Talk your shit right there to the camera. Whatever you want to say is for you.
I ain't really that good at talking shit because my talking shit hurt people's feelings, bro. So
hurt their feelings. I don't care.
I'm telling
That's
you.
what T-Walk said. He said,
y'all don't want that shit from me, man. What I will give though is what we have to do is remove excuses. Like, stop not taking that first step because you're afraid of letting yourself down. Most of us do this. 90% of humans are afraid to take that first step into their purpose because they're really afraid of letting themselves down. They might project that onto their relationship with God or their parents and family and friends, but at the core of it, you're afraid of letting yourself down. And I'm just here to tell you that shit is just fine. It's okay, bro. Like, you gonna look stupid in the beginning, you gonna fail, but I promise you your ability to persevere will overshadow all. And that's all.
And we got so many plays, so many things to feel, so many places and clubs to go. But what are top promoters in the city at? If you're the best promotion team in the city, put it below. Talk your But nah, on a serious note, I want you to tag your favorite promoter, the person that gave you the greatest hospitality, the greatest customer service, the greatest vibe. You gonna come out every single time they host something. Post your team, post your family, post your twin, whatever it may be. Let me know below. And we back. Life of the Party Worldwide. It's your boy Yuri. Got my boy. You know what it is. Say your name one more time. Just make sure they hear it one more time.
Ceven Imperial.
Ceven motherfucking Imperial, man. Come on, man. Hey, man. I like who you brought with you. Because that means she love you and support you. Come on now. I know what. Hey, I'm trying to get like you, my boy. Man,
it's a blessing.
Question. Got 2 questions left. And we done. You can breathe. I know it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But now, first question. Challenges of being Ceven Imperial. All facets. You can break it down to tier lists. From family to career to whatever you may want to do. This is your time.
Yeah, this is going to be good because I'm going to use this shit.
Come on. It's going to be for you, I promise.
Leave me alone. Challenges. So let's section it off a bit. We'll go from personal and then we'll go to business challenges.
Personal, business.
And then maybe we'll do creative challenges as well.
Personal, business.
Cool.
3 tiers.
So personal challenges.
Okay.
I have been ordained by God to be a leader in my community.
Okay.
With having to go through the process of both accepting and implementing that responsibility and role, there's a lot. There's a lot of strain as well as release, which I'm getting better at through trial and tribulation, but I'm not too good with releasing. I can have a bit of a pack rat mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
You're not good at letting stuff go.
I wasn't. I'm way better than I used to be. Oh man, what? But it's not in my nature, I would say. Okay. It's not in my nature to release things quickly. So I found that success loves speed. And you don't have the time that you would like to allow yourself to go back and forth and overly think about things, you know? So I have to move swiftly, not only for my sake, but for my friends and family's sake, you know? Like my livelihood is not just dependent on me. Throughout my life, I've lost close friends whom I take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? So it's very it's a strain that I've only come to accept because I look at myself like a great man and I want to aspire to be as great as I can be. And that's only through my relationship with God. So whatever he gives me in order to help me progress along that path, I accept with open arms. No matter how much it can be a little heavy, you know what I'm saying? I would hope that his strength is enough, which I'm sure it is.
I keep it on my wrist.
You know what I'm saying?
This is when I got baptized. This is the wristband they gave me.
Yeah. So personally, I think it's a bit of a strain with leadership and emotional availability. Sometimes with things, most times with things. I find that with my business, and I'll use this as a segue, being heavily creative, me being an artist, my emotions and my emotional state is often called upon to be able to create at a certain level. This is not a scientific formula, right? Like this is very based on where I am within myself to be able to properly express and give it and to package it up as a product, right? Like this isn't just my own art. This is me having a client that is trusting me with thousands of dollars for me to express as a vessel for what they want, you know? So I gotta be in a right place within myself. So I have to often place thick boundaries between me and people I love, which is fucked up to say the least. You know, when you put yourself in a position to be depended on, and then for the sake of yourself and to remain dependent, like you have to put a wall up in a sense, you know? So that's a struggle, but it's also a balance beam that we walk in order to be great, right? And then creatively, the struggles can be, I guess there's like a two-part answer, both overcoming imposter syndrome, right? Because no matter how well you perform, the only thing that keeps you performing better is you not feeling like what you just did was good enough. I don't give a fuck what anybody said. It's like,
you a perfectionist?
Hell yeah.
That's
what
I get it. I do.
Honestly, bro, after I do anything and I experience it a couple times, I hate it. I don't even like it anymore.
I could do this, I could do that.
Yeah, you know, I pick it apart, and I've had to learn to not emotionally attach to my work as much as I have in the past, because I almost have to compartmentalize myself. Like the sensitive, emotional, over-invested artist has to sit across from the shrewd businessman, right? And it's a hell of a process every time. So creatively, that can be a struggle, right? Because you want to be better, but at the cost of never really being happy with what you do. And that's just me personally. I don't speak for all artists, but most artists that I speak to share that experience, you know? So
it's a balance.
Hell yeah. It's an infinite path for sure.
Don't stop.
Yeah. And what? Damn, I got so into that area. I said personal, creative, and then business.
Yep.
How much time we got left? A few minutes.
You're gonna add 2
business. The business struggles, I think, coincide with the creative struggles, because at the top of this industry, bro, people are paid handsomely.
I wouldn't know. I'm about to find out.
Handsomely. I mean, it's nothing to study the market. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers is paid, bro. Like, paid. Especially people that's as good as I am. I ain't gonna lie. Like, they getting paid. So
one time too.
The business part of it really punched the boy in me in the chest in the beginning, because you gotta pay your dues, bro. In any industry, market, or vocation or path, you gotta pay your dues. So cool, you might have great ideas, you know what I'm saying? But if you haven't gotten on the battlefield and shown what you can do, then how are, you know what I'm saying, the most fruitful portions of this war zone gonna see you fit to pay for your service? You know, so I feel like I'm at that place in the business part where I'm understanding how I can compete at a high level. I'm having to pick myself apart to be realistic with myself. Like, okay, cool. You might be really, really good, but you're going to have to step this up and this up and this up before you can start asking for this. And then I think something I also want to touch on, I see I'm good at staying in time. My business is heavily intertwined with my purpose. And my purpose is change in all pillars of society for the betterment of my people. Am I against white, Asian, Mexican, anything? Fuck no. You know, and I think that unity is honestly the only way that we will move forward together. But what we've spoken on for the past couple of minutes is balance. And I think that there is a heavy imbalance in regards to my people when it comes to everything. And when I speak on my people, I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about black Americans.
In general.
Nah, I'm talking black Americans, niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm being dead serious, bro, because people try to shy away from that. Bro, nigga culture was cultivated from how America beat the fuck out of our people in every sense, right? Whether it was metaphysical, physical, mental, emotional, whatever the fuck. Like, we have been beaten down. But that shit created a source of power that is infinite. There is no form of culture that is more pertinent than nigga culture. And I don't give a fuck what any type of upstanding black person that is riding for us in a righteous way, they might not agree with the way I might define or reference the culture, but it is what it is, bro. Like, there is nothing stronger, funnier, more talented, more culturally fucking invasive. You can't get away from this shit. We the coolest shit to walk the planet, nigga, since Jesus himself. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, in an effort to give us back what I feel like we deserve, which is why I'm so invested into hip hop culture, because hip hop at the core of its foundation was meant to elevate our people in every sense of the word. Right now, rap culture has fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, rap culture is synonymous with the music business, and the music business is not in favor of black culture at all. But what I do, and why I try to keep my line of work in a certain taste level, with a certain aspiration behind it to always stretch and be great and to be a beacon of light, is because I think that me and others that reinvest how we are back into this hip hop culture, bro, it's gonna really be the change factor behind what our people can do. My mindset since I was a kid was always, bro, if the biggest people in our culture were actually real niggas, how much would we really progress? Now, I get it. Once you get to a certain financial standing, there are ways you have to navigate. And, you know, I can't speak on that because I haven't had that experience. But what I can say is this is going to be something that anybody can come back and look at, and they're going to be able to say, I did what the fuck I said I was going to do.
Yeah, it's a reference.
For sure.
And it's definitely hard. I'm going to give you just one last minute. We can go. I know we could talk all day. I ain't going to lie. I really could. But I want you to let me know what's next for you. What's going on with you? What have you done?
What's next?
Shout out. Whatever you want to do. This is your time,
man, what's next for me is full-blown cinema. Honestly, I don't think my goal is to, within the next 60 to 90 days, never pick up my mirrorless camera again. Okay. I
Reds
want
stuff,
to. You said what?
Red.
Yeah, and everything above, man. I find that the only barriers of entry from me in the next level of my career is just the quality of footage. Like, I can and have done as much as I'm a fucking do with these Sonys, bro. But I want movies, like, for real. And when y'all see, man, shout out to for really every artist that I've worked with, for sure, because what has tripped me out about my path is my clientele mainly consists of street niggas who trust me to, bro, street niggas not spending thousands of dollars on their music videos, bro. I know the rest of y'all directors can attest to it because I know you're not getting paid that shit.
They try not to, for sure.
Bro, they not doing it. I promise you they not, especially here. They not doing that shit. But there are multiple, if not damn near all, of these guys, bro, who I, like we said previously in the interview, bro, that's what I come from. Yep. So I understand the mentality of not really viewing it as valuable. Like, bro, it's niggas getting, there are artists, I'm gonna try to keep it as clean as possible because I know we need to cut it for social media and post. But there are artists that are reaching a certain peak within their career without being creative at all. They do running guns outside with groups of their homeboys infinitely and still do when they become millionaires. Yep. But for these young guys, bro, in the DF Dub and more now, but they trust me to bring creative visions to life when they don't even view that as their lane. And to any artist that has done that, I just really want to say thank you. Thank you because I know what it means. Thank you because I know that there are tons of things that you could have done with that money and time. But you trusted me to bring something to life for you. And it's been great, bro. I can't do nothing but say thank you. But what I also can attest to is in the past 4 to 5 months, there have been over 5 artists that come and tell me, I've never had a label contact me before I shot with you. I've never had these platforms or these individuals from the industry show any interest in me. I've never had people from out of town looking to book me for features and shows now because of and they don't even be trying to like just give it to me because they not trying to be, you know, overtly any type of way. But they were like, bro, since I shot with you, things have changed. And my message is, bro, we have to really invest in ourselves as a quality product in whatever market we're going to put ourselves in, whether it's music and entertainment or any other form of business you want to interact with. Young black man, you have to make yourself a quality product. If you don't, your product will not be respected. You will not earn the ways that you need to. And this economy is only getting worse. So I suggest you get your shit together. But what's new for me is just cinema, bro. I've been working with some writers. We're about to put out a movie. So that's going to be really cool. Bro, we're going to do the casting call and I'm really going to call on a lot of people from the Metroplex to play, pretty extravagant roles, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's going to be really fun.
I'm excited.
Docu-series and just up in the production. I'm even y'all hearing this first, which is I feel like
exclusive.
Yeah, I when people say that, I be wondering if they bullshitting, but I'm dead serious. I'm looking forward to once I can establish a certain quality that I can produce without having to take so much from an artist's budget, but I want to be able to produce movie-like quality on my own. And when I can do that, I'm going to come and find like 2 or 3 artists and we're going to go insane for their campaign, for their music. And I'm going to show the world, bro, what Texas got because we really it. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When I walk around these parts and I interact with these underground artists, there is so much talent and perspective and purpose and beauty in it, but we just don't have the proper avenues. And I think that those that are in a certain amount of power here don't really find the value in reaching back, which I do. So yeah, that's what's new and what's next for me, man.
And to segue into that is why I created Life of the Party Worldwide. That's why I created Life of the Party Worldwide, to highlight and put a spotlight on what's making the party what it is. You come to these parties. You hear these DJs and you hear these artists, you hear these model girls, and you see these hookahs, and you see these models, but they're bringing, like you said, we are the culture.
Man.
We are the culture. We are what people do. They don't give us the credit for it all.
Man, that's a whole nother conversation because
Hey, we're going to talk about that. You're going to come back. You're going to come back.
I'm going to definitely come back.
Okay,
yes, sir.
You're coming back. We're done. But first of all, thank you.
Thank you.
For taking the time out your day because I know how busy you are. I'll be watching. I done hit you up like 6 times. Let me hit him up again. Make sure we good. We good. I know how it go because I'm on the same time and now.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So like people on my phone right now in my pocket when they calling me, I'm like, damn,
Nah, bro. Thank you so much for having me. And
Yeah,
thank you for your energy and communication and just making this happen because I definitely really wanted to do it.
Mhm.
And I felt pulled. And after the experience, I see why.
Hey man, hey, I'm not here to waste your time. Life of the party worldwide, we out of here, man. Ceven Imperial, man, you know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Hey, peace. Thank you. If you liked this episode of Life of the Party Worldwide, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Khalid Hill, aka Yuri, and we out. Peace.